Hi everyone, I'm Maria tonight. I invite you to slow down with me, take a gentle breath, and let yourself arrive here in this quiet moment. I'd like to softly share with you my meditation journey, a story of stillness, of listening within, and of finding peace. The meditation journey, a spiritual adventure. My meditation journey began one early morning, just as the first rays of dawn painted the leaves outside my window golden. The space was quiet, with only the chirping of birds and the gentle rustle of wind through the leaves. I chose a small corner in my humble room, spread a soft mat, and sat down, ready to step into a world I had never truly understood. The world of my own mind and body. I sat with a straight back, feeling each vertebra naturally extend like a sturdy yet unforced bamboo stalk. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, feeling the cool air fill my nostrils and chest, then slowly release, carrying with it invisible tensions. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. I repeated in my mind, a gentle yet firm reminder. At first, focusing on my breath seemed simple, but my mind was like a mischievous monkey, leaping from one thought to another. I thought about the breakfast I hadn't eaten, about unanswered emails, and then suddenly recalled a childhood memory. I began to contemplate the past. Old memories flooded back, not like a film I watched from afar, but as vivid sensations happening right then. Because when meditating and confronting myself, emotions and feelings become even stronger. I remembered my childhood days, running barefoot in the fields, feeling the soft earth beneath my feet, the sweet scent of ripe rice. But I also remembered failures, the pain of losing loved ones, or fleeting moments of happiness with friends. I immediately pulled myself back. Just the breath. Only the breath. I relaxed my face, feeling each muscle in my cheeks and forehead as if they were melting under warm sunlight. My shoulders, initially stiff from habitually sitting in front of the computer, gradually loosened. My hands rested quietly on my thighs, fingers lightly touching each other, as if transmitting stillness. Looking back at these meditation processes, after confronting and overcoming the initial obstacles, I realized that the past is not merely gone. It is a reflection of karma, of the actions and emotions I once experienced. Each memory is a piece that shapes who I am today and continues to build my future. The first few minutes passed slowly. I found that perseverance was not just sitting still, but keeping my mind from being swept away by the stream of thoughts, a commitment to myself. Each breath was a reminder that I was alive, I was present. Every time my mind wandered, I gently brought it back to my breath, like a shepherd guiding lost sheep home. Sometimes, I felt a slight discomfort in my knees, a slight itch on my arm. But I didn't move. I simply observed, letting those sensations come and go, like clouds drifting across the sky. After about 10 minutes, I felt a small shift. My breath became more regular, like the rhythm of a soothing lullaby. My body seemed lighter, as if I were merging with the surrounding space. Initially, I felt like I had to meditate. My consciousness was still in control with much effort. But gradually, that effort dissolved. I no longer breathed in or breathed out, but felt as if the breath was happening on its own. An automatic flow, an internal rhythm. Sometimes the breath was longer, deeper. Other times, it was shorter, shallower. The miracle was that I no longer judged or added anything to the present moment. The breath flowed automatically, like a silent river through the fields of consciousness. Sometimes, the breath was long and deep. I was breathing in, feeling the cool air fill my chest, bringing with it the scent of grass and trees from outside the window. Other times, it was short and light, like ripples on a calm lake. I realized that the rhythm of breath depended on the mind. When thoughts passed, the breath became hurried. When the mind was still, the breath was smooth as silk. I was simply an observer. I no longer felt like a separate entity, but a part of the room, of the light, of the bird song outside. My mind seemed to have ascended to a new level. I began to notice the subtle traps of the mind. There were moments when I thought I was floating in the air, my body as light as a falling leaf. An image flashed in my mind. I saw myself standing before an ancient temple, thick incense smoke rising, and a blurry figure, perhaps God or just a product of imagination. Because I had researched many meditation texts, I recognized this as an illusion. Instead of getting caught up, I gently brought my mind back to my breath, like a sailor steadying the helm in a storm. I told myself, nothing is real but this moment, but this breath. I felt the temptation of the seek pleasure, avoid pain mentality. At times, I wanted to hold on to happy moments, like sitting with my grandmother in the afternoon, listening to her tell fairy tales, or the feeling of freedom cycling in the summer rain. But I also found myself afraid when recalling disappointments, hurtful words. I asked myself, why do I run from suffering? Why can't I accept that suffering and happiness are two sides of the same coin? In that moment, I felt a wonderful liberation. Accepting suffering is not weakness, but a way to cherish happiness more deeply. I thought about partings, tears, and realized that those very moments made me appreciate reunions, warm hugs. My breath now was lighter, like a gentle breeze. I no longer tried to control it. I just observed, letting it flow freely, like a silent companion. My body seemed to dissolve into space. And looking back at those moments, I felt a deep conviction. Not blind faith, but faith based on reason, that everything happens for a reason. That if you strive in the present, your future will be rewarded. Every experience is part of a fascinating journey of self-discovery. Not long after, I felt a noticeable change. My back was still straight, but without any forced sensation. It was as natural as a branch reaching for sunlight, stable yet not rigid. My breath was now faint, like a silk thread gliding through my nostrils, almost imperceptible. I no longer focused on my breath. My consciousness separated, becoming miraculously acute. I noticed points of tension in my body that I hadn't previously paid attention to. A slight tension in my left shoulder, a subtle ripple in my thigh muscles. But what was strange was that I didn't need to actively relax them. My consciousness, like a wise friend, automatically moved to those areas, gently soothing them like warm water flowing through my muscles. I felt every cell in my body come alive, as if they too were breathing with me. Not just my nose and lungs, but every pore, every muscle fiber, every bone joined in this miraculous rhythm. Looking back, I was excited by the idea of a cellular respiration mechanism. Perhaps this is what scientists will discover in the future, a mystery of the body that meditation has long unveiled. At this level, I felt integrated with everything around me. The birdsong outside my window was no longer an external sound, but a part of me. The light filtering through the leaves gently touched my eyelids, like a whisper from the universe. I no longer felt like a separate entity, but a part of the grand tapestry where everything is connected. I thought about my loved ones, about those I had once been angry with, and realized that they too were a part of me. Negative emotions, anger, resentment gradually dissolved like mist in the sunlight. I understood that to understand others, I must first understand myself. And to understand myself, I must let go. Let go of prejudices, fears, and expectations. As I entered the next level, or perhaps it was, I felt a profound stillness envelop me. My mind was silent, like a lake without a single ripple. Wandering thoughts, daily anxieties seemed to have vanished. I sat still, my body completely motionless without a single small movement. No urge to scratch my head, scratch my hands, no fidgeting. My back was straight as a pillar, yet not tired. I felt like a living statue, sturdy yet not rigid, peaceful yet not indifferent. In this state, I imagined a strange scenario. If a robber held a knife to my throat right now, I would still sit still. Not because I was reckless, but because fear seemed to have dissipated. I felt absolute control, not just over my body, but over my mind. Every emotion, every reaction was within reach. I thought about life outside, times when I was confused, awkward, or made unnecessary gestures. Scratching my ear when stressed, running my hand through my hair when anxious. But now, I felt I could step into the world with serenity, every gesture purposeful, uninfluenced by external factors. Truly, my emotions and body had been perfectly trained by my mind, as if a wild beast had been tamed, absolutely loyal, and easily controllable without effort. I later imagined myself walking on the street amidst the bustling crowd. The noise, the words, the social pressures, all seemed to be separated by an invisible curtain. I was no longer swept away by fleeting emotions. I smiled, not from fleeting joy, but from a deep inner peace. I felt I was in control of my body, in control of my life, not by controlling everything, but by accepting and harmonizing with them. As I continued to seal my consciousness, reaching the fifth level of meditation, I felt a pure joy. as if I was strolling through a flower garden. My body was soft, like flowing milk, completely relaxed. I no longer felt the boundary between myself and the world. My breath almost disappeared, leaving only a sense of merging with space. I heard my heart beat gently, regularly, like the rhythm of life's drum. I felt a strange delight in meditating, no longer a feeling of having to meditate, but of wanting to meditate. Every moment became precious, as if I were discovering a hidden treasure deep within my soul. Such a meditation experience made me think of oxytocin, the love hormone, because I found that my body's sensory state at that moment was exactly like when I was loving and happy with a loved one, and I believed my body was producing it. I felt love, not just for myself, but for everyone and everything around me. I thought about the people I had met, the smiles, the handshakes, and felt a deep connection with them, as if we were all drops of water in the same ocean. In this state, I felt like I was strolling through the red dust, life with all its beauty and chaos. I no longer feared challenges, no longer ran from suffering, but embraced everything with an open heart. I imagined myself standing in a bustling market, hearing laughter and chatter, and feeling that it was all a part of me. I didn't need to search for happiness, because happiness was already here, in every breath, every moment. My meditation journey that day was a colorful adventure, from the first steps of focusing on my breath to moments of merging with the universe. Each level of meditation opened a new door, leading me closer to myself and the world. I realized that meditation is not just sitting still, but living fully, loving deeply, and accepting everything with an open heart. It is a journey without an end, only new discoveries, each day more beautiful. And now, feel your body becoming soft and at ease. Only stillness remains, your body growing lighter, sinking deeper into comfort. Any thought that arises will simply pass, like gentle clouds drifting across a quiet sky. This moment is the absolute present. You are whole, you are truly at peace. And as you surrender to the rhythm of your breath, sleep begins to arrive, tender and serene. Good night, and may your dreams be beautiful.